Alrighty guys, so tonight's score was a master, and you guys, I know are going to make a joke about this, and that's fine, I know. Master Vibrator Company generator. I believe it's powered by it's a Wisconsin motor. It looks a lot like the BKN I have on the Wisconsin powered L, but I believe, at least I found another one of these, and the guy was going through the same situation. There's no tag on this motor. And it looks like a ABS Wisconsin, made in the 40s, as near as I could tell. And this one here is actually 115 volt. I don't know how many hertz. It's actually, phase and cycles are actually not on the tag here. Let me see if I can get out of the light. But hopefully you guys can read. Maybe that'll mean something to you generator guys. But just I got out of it is 115 volt, 877 watts, AC, and at 3600 RPM. So the serial number, model number 1250. Horsepower, I got 1 kW, and it looks like a continuous 500 is what I got. So there's nothing. As I can tell, there's nothing on the code there. I don't know. To me, it looks like somebody went through this generator at some point, because obviously the motor's painted nice and blue, kind of like an aqua blue, and the generator part is painted like a copper color, kind of like an in-between, almost like a bronze. And it's got a, I'd call it 80s outlet on top. Screams 80s. If you've ever seen 80s, you'll know. So, anyhow, look forward to this project, guys. Has no spark at the second, so yeah, I'll work on that. It's got a Waco mag. I can make it run. No air filter. Might be bad signs. Okay, step one. Got the 60LS out of here and the MA210. Step two, I'm going to need a Wisconsin starter. What's a Wisconsin starter, you ask? If I was a Wisconsin starter, I'd be with the Wisconsin B&K. Starter. Check. Okay, so we'll just double verify I have no spark here with the Wisconsin starter. It'd be awesome if it started to spark. Pretty sure we'll be clean for points. So, I also see no spark. So, on the plus side, it's a Waco mag. I know how to work on those. Alrighty guys, so off camera here, I popped the clip off holding this little cover on the back of the mag, which is highly convenient. And hopefully you guys can see the, I don't know if I'll be able to get you guys at the right angle to see the points. No, even when I do, that's, okay, hold on, brace yourself. Oh, lost the light. Come on, light, come back. There we go. But I can't, to be honest, I can't even see it. Same time you guys can't. Let's see if I can do it with the screwdriver. Huh. There is no way to get at this thing. Well, I can't tell if points are corroded or not. They sure look like it. I can actually see better with the camera because it'll fit down in there. Yeah, I think the points are corroded. So let me clean the points here. Run some sandpaper through it and see if we can't get some kind of spark out of this mag. Because if the coil's bad, I can do something with that and I can run a battery coil off of it. If the condenser's bad, I mean, I can try putting another Wyco condenser in there and just see what happens. The ID tag for this mag was taped over, and I can't read any of the numbers hardly. So, not sure what it is exactly, but it's there. So, let's clean the points and see what happens. Okay, now I got everything situated in such a way I think you guys can hopefully see the corrosion on that, but yeah, she got a little bit of corrosion on it. Kind of a pain location with the generator there. Whoever put this bar on here to carry it, while it's a smart idea, it's right in the road if you gotta actually look at it. So, see what we can do. Alrighty guys, after what I'm going to say a lot longer than I wanted to playing with them points, but I got it. So we got a nice spark now. And I guess I'll go down through the next couple things. Check the oil. I really don't know if it has compression or not, but check the oil. Even if I just hit it with a little bit of carb cleaner here, it make noise, and then I can work on the carburetor. So stay tuned, guys. Alrighty guys, so put some gas in it. I'm going to set the Hertz to roughly 60. Pretty sure is what the knob's for. You got 0 and 100, so trying to read the numbers upside down. It says 60 there, so try it and see what happens. I guess we'll get rid of the spark tester. I kind of wanted to leave that on there to see if it drops spark, but the oil on this thing looked nice. The sediment bowl was leaking, which is not a new thing around here. That's quite normal. So we'll just have to kind of monitor the fuel here. So I'll give this thing a couple pulls, see if it lights off on its own. I did not clean the carburetor yet. And I got a trouble light hooked up to it here with a 60-watt bulb, just see if it puts any power out. See if anything lights on fire. So, without further ado, I guess here we go. Okay, I'm already tired of pulling this, so let's I got gas over here because it's running on the carburetor. See if we can get it to make some noise. Oh yeah, the oil looked really good in this. I don't know if I said that or not. Ooh, got a little bit of noise there. I really didn't ask the guy I bought this from, which he actually subscribed to me while I was standing there talking to him about my YouTube channel. But I have no idea how long this thing's set, so hopefully make some noise here for the first time in a while. What do you guys think? Half choke? like it like no choke more. Yeah. See what happens. I clamp the throttle closed. See if it'll idle. This bowl is leaking terribly over here. This is one of those I wish I had a wish it had a recoil on it motors. Ooh, a little bit of noise. It'll run. I don't know if that's running off a carb cleaner. I'm assuming. Getting there. So is the fuel leak. Yep, it's only running off a carb cleaner, so I'm not getting gas to the carburetor. Alright, see what I can do. Guess I'll have to clean it. Change the fuel bowl gasket there, sediment bowl gasket. I really doubt that'll change anything, but I've been wrong before. So, kind of glad I turned the camera on there because I wouldn't have caught it starting. All I did three things. Replaced the bowl gasket. I come over and cracked the fuel line over here, made sure it was getting fuel. And then I ran the main jet the whole way in and ran it back out. And then you guys basically saw it. I pulled it once and it ran until it ran out of gas. Awesome. It even is putting power out. I'll have to get a multimeter out and see where it's at before you plug anything sensitive into it. But it's working. Awesome. Alright, I just want to take a second and show you guys just how simple this carb is on this thing. Hanging flat out. The only thing complicated about it is this clip. And it goes in around. Actually, probably this goes around the ends of the float pin here. Kind of sort of like a keeper. So that's the only thing about this that makes it complicated. But I think like I said, make it complicated. More complicated. It was in there and it ran once. Pretty much what happened here, there was a piece of dirt that got in the 90-degree elbow over here at the carb, at least near as I could tell. Because I ended up blowing back through there, and then I got good fuel flow from the tank finally. So, not 100% what was in it, but there was something in it. Alright, of course. As soon as you get the camera out, another thing is simple. Come on. Work with me, goose. Come on. Why do you not want to stay there? Alright. I have a half notion to put this thing together without this clip at the second. Well, like I said, it was in there, so I want to put it back. Because apparently there's a purpose, whether it keeps the float from wandering around or something. Alright, how about this? We do it one side at a time. That side started. Alright. Well, maybe this was just on top. I'm thinking this was just on top. Yeah, it looks right. Because then the gasket goes on here, which the gasket's okay. This goes on top, and there's only 4 little tiny screws that hold this. And you guys are looking at the whole inner workings of the carb. I mean, there's legit. The screws and passageways and everything are actually in the intake part of the carb. Why can't they make carburetors like this nowadays? If I worked on stuff at work like this, it'd be complicated 9 passageways. Take a Welch plug out over here so you can clean something. Run a wire through this so it'll work. Run a wire through that so it'll work. But this is relatively simple. So I guess after this, I'll have to, if I'm going to actually like use it outside of the shop, I'm going to have to come up with some sort of air filter setup for it. Alright, you guys want to see if it'll start and run? Let's see if she'll go now, boys. Now, I did twiddle with the carburetor, just running the screws in and out, so I may have to reset it a little bit. Because it ran pretty good the first time. Now, I didn't obviously put a load to it terribly, but it ran decent enough that I would be okay running it. So, full choke. See what happens there. Screwdriver to the side, hold the base. That's just awesome, guys. So I think for the moment, I come up with an air filter setup, and then we'll call this project a wrap. Alrighty guys, so I wanted to throw this segment in here too, because before you go and plug something in to a generator that you just got running, you really should check the AC voltage and the Hertz. The Hertz is important for like a lot more of your sensitive stuff, like you know, your cell phones or laptops, TVs, etc. I will tell you guys, I don't have a multimeter that'll test Hertz, so we'll just have to test the voltage on this thing. I have not started this thing since the last video I did on this, which was probably a week and a half ago. So I'm going to start it up here. You guys probably aren't going to be able to hear me once it's going, but I have a 60 watt light bulb on it here, which shouldn't be much of a load. I just want to see what the AC voltage is. And then right here, I don't know, you guys will be able to know or see, but this is a 1500 watt heater with 2 coils unhooked, and they're 500 watts apiece. So it's about a 500 watt heater I'm going to put on there, which is about what you want on here continuously, and just see what the voltage is. So without further ado, let's try and cold start this thing and see what it does. Full choke, throttles up the whole way, see what happens. So far I see a whole lot of nothing. I should double check to make sure there's enough gas in the tank, huh? Toss a little more in. I don't want to put a lot in. I have no plans to run this for a long time. So we'll go do about 10 seconds worth here and just see if that's a problem. It very well could be. I don't remember if I ran this out of gas or not before. Alright. Didn't go to plan at all, guys. That won't even run that heater. It won't even run just the fan. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Well, now I don't know what to say, because it should run just the fan part. As far as the voltage being all over the place, it could be just the interference from the magneto to make this jump around a lot. Because I was seeing anywhere from 90 to like 290 volts, which is just crazy. Well, fire it up again once. See if we can get a steady voltage out of it. It may just be, that's a Harbor Freight meter that was in my stash from when they were still free. They haven't gave away free stuff for what, 2 years now? Okay, I'm going to need a good multimeter. So I guess this clip won't be in there other than I'll tell you to test the voltage. So I sure the heck can't get a steady voltage out of that. Okay, I'm going to open the window for a little while here and go from there.